Hi there, my lovelies. This is Jana here. Welcome to my kitchen. So, when we talk about making food, when we talk about cooking, we talk about building layers of flavors, and that both by adding aromatics and spices and herbs, so you get that perfect round umami, preferably taste. And there's one ingredient that I think that it's quite often overlooked, which is a vegetable bouillon, because it can be very meh, you know, it can make it or break your food. It's like using bad wine for cooking. We always have this idea that, oh no, it's not so good for drinking, then let's cook with it. Forget about it. This is going to ruin your food. But that's another topic. We're going to cover that on Christmas. For our Christmas recipes, I'm going to go very deep into that. And but for now, I wanted to explain to you guys the importance of a good vegetable bouillon. And for this reason, I have brought a recipe that I have been making for quite a while, giving some changes here and there. And this is going to be a little bit of a chatty video because this is going to be a umami bomb vegetable bouillon, okay? So for us to achieve that, there's a few details that people quite often overlook, and I'm gonna bring all for you because that's how we roll here on this channel. We make amazing food. So stick with me and I'll show you how I made it. Also, I'm gonna show you a vegetable stock because I have some food scraps that I'm gonna show you. Let me show you how I put it together. Okay, we're going to use vegetables, herbs, and aromatics and spices. And for the vegetables, I have here mushrooms, celery, an eggplant, a red bell pepper. And for the aromatics, I have an onion, shallots, a whole garlic head, and a leek. Now for the herbs, parsley, bay leaves, thyme. And then later I found out, laying on my fridge, some sage, spring onion, and a few basil leaves. Now for the spices, dried marjoram, turmeric, white pepper, dried oregano, and white miso paste. And now for the controversy, I add sometimes some MSG because I think it adds to the umami. If you want, you can add some mushroom powder. I have taught you guys how to make that. You just grab dried shiitake mushrooms and powder it until it becomes a powder. And then you add that, not too much because it can be quite overpowering, okay? So instead of the MSG, if you want to add that, be my guest. You can do that. This is your vegetable bouillon. If you don't like MSG, if you hate it, you want it banned from the face of the earth, okay, it's your opinion. I sometimes use it, me and a lot of other people, so don't come for us, okay? Democracy, democracy. And we're going to start by the garlic. You cut it in half, rub it with some olive oil, wrap it in aluminum foil, and put it in the oven at a 200 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes, or like I did in my air fryer, 15 minutes at 200 degrees. We are going to extract the best out of our vegetables, and the best way of doing it is by treating it the way it's supposed to be treated in each special case. This is very easy. This bouillon is very easy to put together, but there's a few details that if you do the way I'm telling you to do, you're going to see the difference and thank me later. And that's why I wanted to bring that to you. And now we're going to add the vegetables, except for the potatoes and herbs, to a baking sheet, the largest one you can have. Or you can distribute them into 2 sheets like I did, because we want to encourage air circulation. Now you add the olive oil, and you can add the spices. In this case I have forgotten, so I'm going to add later. Rub it all together, spread them nicely, and put it in the oven. Now all the vegetables are here except for the potatoes, to which are boiling. We're going to boil the potatoes and then drain them, because the potatoes are going to be the thickening component on the bouillon. Why? Because some people they add flour and some people they add cornstarch. We're going to stay away from that because it's not necessary. The potato is going to thicken up once the bouillon is cold, and it's going to add a little bit of a creaminess to the food once you add the vegetable bouillon cube. You're going to see the difference. You know, the onion peels, the scraps and everything that you didn't use from these vegetable bouillon, we're going to use that because we're going to boil it. We're going to simmer it. Remember, I kept telling you not to throw away the tips of your garlic and carrot peels and potato peels and whatever peels, what's the eggplant peels. Don't throw that away. Those small pieces of garlic that you would otherwise throw it in the trash, don't do that. Put it in a freezing bag and then wait until it's full. And then you're going to do what we're going to do now. So along with the vegetables that I have here, I have added some of those. This is another bag that I have been filling up. And along with that, we're going to add a few spices and herbs, which it's actually your preference. I'm going to show you my preference, which is black garlic or soy sauce, white or black pepper, dried herbs of your choice, turmeric, and again, optional MSG. I've had here laying on my fridge a tiny bit of tomato passata. I'm gonna add it too. If you don't have it, you can add tomatoes. And also you can add a tomato puree, some miso paste for umami. And now we're going to cover it with water. And we're going to bring it to a boil and let it simmer for about 2 hours. Okay, and this is it. I mean, things that you would otherwise throw it in the trash, you're gonna transform it into liquid gold, because this is what it is. This is liquid gold. And okay, now let's go back to our vegetable bouillon. They're supposed to be a bit caramelized on the edges, like you see, but not burned. Now we're going to add all the veggies along with the garlic, which is going to smash it. 1 teaspoon of sugar, because sugar brings all the flavors together. The miso paste, the spices, the herbs, and the boiled potatoes without the water, okay? All right, now you can do like I did. Try to blend it and then have a meltdown in the kitchen because you thought that your food processor was broken, but then, matter of fact, you forgot to attach the blade. Yeah, I did, and then there was a little bit of crying and, well, not actually crying, but a little bit of a meltdown involved in the process. All right, so now we're going to line a baking sheet with parchment paper, and we're going to spread the bouillon. Or you can put them in ice cube trays. We're gonna put it in the fridge or freezer until it gets firmer. And it will last for years and years in the freezer. I mean, it's not gonna last that long because I'm sure you're gonna use it a lot. You can make it with the help of your kids or your spouse in a Sunday, you know. It's fun to make and it's very rewarding because this gives a lot of brightness, a lot of happiness, a lot of soul to your food. I hope you make it and I hope you let me know. How do you feel about that? And what other spices you used, or I don't know, you spin to it. I love when you change and you put your spin to my food and my creations. So I will see you next time. I hope you have enjoyed it. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it with your friends if you like it. Share it with your enemies if you don't like it. Just share it, okay? Follow me on my social media. It's gonna be linked here. And I will see you next time. Have a fabulous week. Bye-bye.